It's Between the Lines with me again on Youth Arise chat line. Happy Tuesday to everyone out there, and I'm pleased to welcome you to another beautiful edition of the Youth Arise chat line this Tuesday. How are you today? How is everything? How has been the day? And how is the week going? My week is going fine, and it's going really great. So today we have a wonderful topics. We have wonderful topics to go through today, and I will not be going through those topics alone. I have someone here in the studio with me who will be, talking about these things together. I would like that he introduces himself because I may not be able to say much enough. So over to you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dixon Kwame Nanyako. I'm from Ghana, and I'm really, really pumped to be here tonight.
You see why I said I might not be able to say enough? Did you hear the name? I think the last one I can pronounce myself is Dixon.
Yes.
Can you pronounce the second one?
Dixon Nana Ato Kwame Nanyako.
Great. We've actually done this edition before, ladies and gentlemen, and we talk about so many things that has to do with what people are going through. This is the second edition, and we will also be talking again about what people are going through. I got these sources from so many places. I mean, picking from here, picking from there, things that we can relate with, and we will just air our own opinion. We are not passing judgment, basically. We are just airing our opinion, and we would love to also hear from you. What do you think about every of the things we'll talk about today? So let's start from number one. I got number one from Fan the Flame. It's a singles ladies forum, and I just got the question from there. So someone says, my friend connected me with a friend of ours to see if something could blossom from there. We are all believers and on fire for God. These are like Christian brothers. Yeah. So the said young man took a while to send a message, and when he eventually did, he just told him about me. I responded with an acknowledgement that she said so, and I said hello to him. Since then, he hasn't said anything yet. I decided not to push or say something more until he does, as I don't want him to seem desperate or anything. But I won't lie, it hasn't been easy. I mean, low key, it makes me wonder why. This may not be a big deal, but a part of me wants to know if there's something more. I need to know, what do I do?
This kind of situation happens a lot. It's not something that is happening to just one person. It happens a lot. And for me, my opinion is simple. What you want is what you invest your time and your attention to. So if the person is not giving that attention, not giving that time for you, is not making the time to talk to you, I don't think there's a need for you to pursue or try to know what is happening. You need to just move on.
But I have a kind of opinion over that, because the guy has just said hello. Let's take, for example, Mr. A got a number from Sister B about Sister C. And Mr. A just says, hello, this person gave me your number. You don't know anything about her yet. Whether she's good, whether she's not good, maybe this is who she is, this is who she isn't. You don't know. You just said, hello, this friend of mine gave me your number, and you went mute. I mean, you don't even know. So it's not like about interest or not investing in what you want to. You don't even know anything about this lady yet.
In the first place, why did the person take the number?
Was
it that the number was forcefully given to him?
Okay.
You understand?
I understand.
It's different from when he is there and his friend came and said, oh, this is a good friend of mine. Talk to him or talk to her. That one, he's somewhere and somebody brought him a number. That one, he's right for not texting him because probably he has other things that is taking his time. But if he is the one that said, oh, maybe, for instance, I saw a brother post a sister on a status, and I'm like, oh, she's cool. Can I be a friend?
Of course. What if it's that way?
And then he said, yes, talks to the sister. The sister says, sure, give him my number. And he gives the number to you, and now you text hello. And after that, you don't text again.
Ghost.
It means that to begin with, you were never serious about trying to even get to know this person.
That's the problem.
So in this case, the person doesn't need to worry.
So she doesn't need to worry.
She doesn't need to even think about it. If it was me personally, I would block you.
Because this kind of situations have actually brought people together, even into marriage, where
Yes.
someone says, I think I can vouch about a sister of mine.
I've
and
personally done that, and the couple are married with a daughter today.
Great.
Like,
So-
I introduced somebody to somebody, and through that, today they are married. Okay, so it happens, but you should understand. There's this saying that I always say: go where you are wanted and accept those who want you.
Go where you're wanted and accept those who want you.
If the person has taken your number, has been able to text hello, and still does not have the time or does not have the mindset to continue that conversation is dead.
It's over.
Yes, there's no need to pursue it. It's dead.
It's over.
Exactly.
Before it even started.
Yeah,
but
so there's if she should try and text back like she said, she will look desperate.
that's true.
And that is when somebody can be taken advantage of. At the end of the day, the person can say, I'm not the one who forced, it's you that forced me to start talking to you. When it happens like that, you are the one to blame.
Thank you so much, Dixon. I think our viewers also, we need to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think if the lady writes back and say, what's up? You just really messaged me and nothing else. Will she sound desperate like Dixon has mentioned? Or she just really want to clear the whole thing? Sometimes you just want to clear the air like, I was told, and the only thing you just did is hello. Please, we would like to hear from you as well to know what your opinion is. In my own opinion as well, I think she should not pursue it. I believe it's, if you want to, I think I've experienced someone who would just say hello today and maybe in like 3 days after.
You will say hi. How are you? Comes 5 days after the hello.
It's the on and off for me, like, wow, what is this? And it's always funny how the person would just, write important things, and then for the next few days, you wouldn't hear anything again, like, bravo.
And the funny thing is, every time that the person takes the phone, the person will scroll past your number to chat another number.
Just imagine. So I think the lady should just keep calm. I didn't really read much, but I'm sure that people who replied on the page must have actually said the same thing too, because that's the only good advice I think we can give.
Of course.
It is well with such, it is well with her, really. We move. So I got this other question from Diary of a Niger Girl on Instagram. It says, Ife, please, can you help me pose this question? Can I still be friends with my friend's ex? I have a friend. She was dating someone before, and now they are no longer together. Yes. So this ex now, probably will reconnect in another place or through one or two things. Can I be friends with my friend's ex? What if we get along so well and there's nothing else? Okay, and there's nothing else except friendship. Is it a crime to be friends with him, even though my friend and her ex are not together anymore?
This kind of, I've experienced this personally.
Wow.
I've experienced this personally, not with just anybody, but with somebody I considered my best friend, okay?
Wow.
And I think there is no law stating that when you date somebody, your friend cannot be friends with that person. There is no law in this world stating that. Example, you and I go to a shop, you want to buy a shoe, you try the shoe on, it does not fit, and I try, it fits. Are you saying because it didn't fit you, I cannot buy that shoe?
We're talking about ex.
I'm coming. Another example, you have a shoe, you've been wearing it all the time, and suddenly that shoe does not fit you anymore. It becomes closed because you've been eating. Post-COVID, your legs have become big.
And
okay.
Then now fits you.
Now the shoe fits me. Are you telling me that I should not wear that shoe because it happens to be a shoe you've worn before?
Okay, what if the reason why they became exes to each other wasn't very pleasant?
The reason why they became exes wasn't pleasant. Fine, we understand. But if me and that person gets along, and mind you, that person may be somebody who is helping me, or who could even be my wife to be, or the wife that I'm supposed to have. See, this is one thing that I know. When my issue happened, right, I had a lady who I befriended, and It didn't work out. And later on, I found out my best friend was dating the same lady. All I said was...
During or after you guys became...
After we became... the relationship ended. Okay. You know, my best friend kept on talking to the lady. And at the end of the day, he was dating the lady. And he was serious about it. And it wasn't a secret. He actually came up to me and said, look, I know what happened between you and this lady, but I like her. Me and her, we vibe together. I was like, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh. Because if it works for you and you guys can get married and be... Though at the beginning, there is a little hint, glimpse of jealousy coming out because you feel like... but you have to be human. You have to understand that it didn't work for you. It is working for him. If you consider yourself as a good friend to that person, you should be happy for the person.
So in your opinion, you actually mean that it is not a problem?
It's not a problem. It's just people sometimes make it a problem because they've not actually gotten over their exes. Especially in the case where probably they did something wrong and the relationship ended and they still want the ex back. That is where it becomes an issue. But in the case where probably the ex did something wrong and they left it, you realize that sometimes they don't even have a problem with it. But if you call yourself a friend and your friend has found something that you left or you didn't handle or you didn't value, please let that jealousy, put it away. It's jealousy that causes people to have that kind of, why are you dating? No, it's jealousy. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Well, I would love to say that maybe it's because you're a guy. Because I think to ladies, it might be a totally different thing because... No, you're dating my ex?
I mean, what is ex actually? What is the meaning of the ex is your past. Are you and that person getting back together anytime soon? No. Then what is... See, this is the same issue that is happening in today. A guy approaches a lady, right? He proposes to the lady. The lady does not accept, but the lady knows that this guy is a good guy. Now, the lady will see the guy talking to even her friend. She gets upset. Why? Because she has seen a good guy. She's not bold enough to accept it because the guy is not her spec. You don't want him. At the same time, you don't want him to be with anybody else. Okay. That's witchcraft. Oh. Seriously, that's witchcraft.
Okay, I think I should also ask our viewers what they think about this thing. If you as a person, as someone you've dated before, and now you realize that your friend is into the same person, how would you feel? Would you accept? Do you think you would flow with the old thing, or it doesn't matter?
I'll even give you tips.
Someone actually said that if I've ever dated you before and we broke up, we never met. Simple. We never met. So do whatever you want to do.
See, personally, I would even give you tips on what she likes.
Actually, I think the tips that, aside what he or she likes, and that tip that should come up is what you think the person is not doing very well, so that the person can avoid.
No, I will tell you what she's not doing very well.
So you have
to find out on your own. Every man for himself. I can tell you the good aspect, but the bad aspect, find out. Probably it was because of me she did that. But maybe it might be different for you. I cannot put that in your mind so that at the end of the day, you'll be looking forward for that thing to happen when it's not going to happen. Yeah, so...
But you know, sometimes when things like this now happen and the person now starts showing the bad side, then some person now comes back and tell you that. So you knew, and you're like, I wish I could tell you earlier, but I didn't want to spoil your mind. And the person's like, why didn't you just tell me, you know?
No, I'm not going to explain anything to you. Look, you are matured enough to go for it. Be bold enough to stay in it and fix it. If it's going to work for you, if it's not, my brother, like I pack my bag, pack your bag and leave. Let the owner come for it. I don't think I should be explaining myself to you why I did not tell you. No. You are matured. Handle it yourself.
Thank God you're a guy. I think this third one is really going to address a lot. I personally have had this experience, and I think I should talk about it, my own experience, after I read the old distance. So I got it from Solomon Buchi's page on Instagram. It says it is highly disrespectful when someone tells you that they are in a serious relationship and you keep pestering them because you feel it is not marriage. It's just a relationship. He now says, are you okay? No be relationship they lead to marriage. What is your take on this? And why do men find it difficult just to leave a lady who has told them that she's in a relationship? Now, let me go to my own experience. I went to one of these shops one day, and a Nigerian guy, I suppose, came and was like, hi. I'm like, hello, good evening. I was actually tired for the day, and I just was using every last strength to answer. Probably because I was quite slow in answering, or I didn't really do much of, hi, what's up? Gave him an idea that I could be married.
Oh.
So the way I was answering it probably sounds too matured than what a single lady should do. And I said, I guess you're married. So I just picked the end, and I said, yes, I'm married. I thought that was my way out, like, of the whole conversation. So I just agreed immediately that I was married. And truth be told, I thought that was the end of our discussion. The next thing I heard was, anyway, it doesn't really matter. I was like, I thought this conversation ended already. You can still give me your number. We can, just talk about things. Talk about what? I mean, if truly I was married, what are we supposed to be talking about? Are we business partners? Are we on a contract together on something? Why should we be talking? It made me really feel bad. Although, let me not speak from bad people. I met someone else on the road again, and I told the person I was married. And the person said, oh, okay, and left. So I want to make sure that I balance that. I've met both sides. So I'm not putting it out there that all the men are good. But why do you think some men actually do this? Someone tells you, I am married, or I'm in a relationship, I am married. They even show you, even put the ring inside people's eyes like it doesn't still matter.
Like buy 20 carats.
And let it be glaring, let it almost
like the sun.
Blind.
They don't care.
Hey.
Okay, one of the things that I realized is that naturally, some of we men, we are like the devil's incarnates.
The devil himself, actually.
Like I sometimes feel like some men do things that even the devil will turn and say, "Who taught you this?" I mean,
that's new.
I'm like, I'm the devil, but this one is beyond. Who taught you how to do this? You understand? You meet a lady, and the lady tells you she's dating. I mean, that should let you know that she's good enough for somebody and she likes the person.
Bam.
Now, some men see it as a challenge.
Like a race.
Like, okay, this is a task. I need to win her over.
Wow.
Now, the question is, you, the lady, it is also a test for you. Let's not just look at it as the man's side only. Yes, you meet all these men coming in different colors, different shapes, heights, and sizes. They will come. They will say, I want you. You will say you are dating. They are still telling you, I still want you. It is a test of your loyalty to the one you are with. And it is at that moment that the lady begins to weigh and start saying, my guy is not doing this, my guy is not doing this, my guy is not doing this. That's when they start seeing what the guy is not doing. But the question is, are you happy in the relationship you are in?
I don't think we should actually go far into whether the person is happy in their own relationship or not. Someone tells you, I'm in a relationship, Baba, take your bag
and leave. Okay, for me, I
think it's witchcraft, like
it all boils down to the lady. Are you going to entertain this person? Because some ladies will go, though they are saying they are dating, they don't want to be. The guy how would the guy get your number? How does the guy call you? How does the guy? I mean, if you end it there, there's no exchange of number. He will say, I want to be your friend. It's not possible. I'm sorry, sir. You gently, gorgeously walk away.
Now, let me come from a lady's angle. My area, for example, where I stay,
yes,
there are so many calibers of these men there. You don't have to walk 10 minutes before you meet someone that... I mean, you can't... I was discussing with a friend lately and I said, there's a way you can't even pass freely. You know that once you see someone from front, most likely there will be a, hi, how are you doing? Like, can we just pass without having to greet each other? But the thing is, some of those people would not even leave. But it doesn't matter. I remember someone stopping me one day and was even telling me where was I going to.
So they want to.
So we will walk together. Like, did we? It was that bad. So when people give numbers sometimes, because so that they can quickly discard the person and just whether they will pick the call or not is left to them.
Block.
But you know that number given, actually, it is not necessarily the fact that they would pick or anything. But you know, people can be so pestering in nature, like, but you know, this, that, and before you know, you are already working, and the person keeps following you. So
But that is to say this, that if you are saying yes, let your yes be yes, let your no be no.
And guys, please, when somebody tells you they are dating, let us leave them alone.
Stop it. Let's forget about these guys. The ladies, let your yes be yes, let your no be no. If he comes 1,000 times, bounce him 1,001 times.
Yoke.
You are not single, you are not on the market. You know this guy is coming purposely because he wants to be with you. He wants to have a relationship with you. He didn't come and say, let's be friends. He didn't come and say, oh, can I get to know you? He came and said he wants to date. He wants to date you. You know why he's coming.
That is from Dixon's angle. I'm also going to come from this angle. When somebody tells you as a guy that you are dating, please, it's enough cue to go to someone else. If the person is available, good luck. And if they are not, keep moving. I mean...
Ladies can also try taking them to church to meet their pastor. I mean...
Well, what is that?
Can you come to church with me? Yes, okay. We're having a program. You take the person to church. You meet the pastor.
Some guys don't actually mind going to church with you anyway.
You meet the pastor.
Where the pastor part is very good. Then everything will be opened.
Yes. What is your intention? What do you want?
By the time they are done, they will never come back for the program.
They will never come to the church. They will say, hey, this one, she will take you to your pastor. You will even be announcing it for everybody to stop coming to you.
Let's quickly run through the other ones. So I actually got this from Diary of a Niger Girl. It's a little funny. It says, I left a lady because she was too independent. Talking about independent ladies. I do all by myself. I can do it. She had it all. I contributed nothing. I felt useless in the relationship. I mean, how do you define uselessness? Like, you have no value, no use. Because I don't know the way you said I felt useless. I don't think I'll be able to control her. She won't. Now, this is imagination. In my own thing, he's assuming. She won't be, not like he has done anything and she proved not submissive.
It's just he found the information, and based on that information, he's making assumptions on what the lady
She won't be
do.
submissive to me, so I ended it. Mind you, she did nothing wrong. That's why I said it's funny.
It's really. Let me laugh a little.
It must be a comedy, actually.
Let me laugh a little before I speak. This is what I think. Okay, a man finds an independent lady, a lady who can provide everything for himself, for herself, right? And automatically, based on that information, he has assumed.
She's not
Now,
submissive.
this is a lesson I learned a while ago. Assumption is the most dangerous thing on this earth.
I learned that too, really.
I mean, a good friend of mine, Brian, said, assumption is the most dangerous thing you could ever have in your mind.
I can really believe with that.
Since I learned that lesson, anytime that I hear something about somebody, I don't assume. I go to the point, I ask. With that being said, now this is a man who is obviously insecure.
Exactly.
This is a man who wants to be, who is, one, he's insecure. Two, he's a control freak.
Because I don't understand. How do you come about the word you are useless? I mean, the word useless is, I don't know if it's relative, but it is too much.
It's too much in a way, but I do understand where he's coming from. He feels like to be a man to a woman means that you should be a provider. Now, where you cannot provide, that is where he's feeling that inadequacy, that he is not, or that lady, or that caliber of lady is not he's not up to that lady.
No wonder someone said that you should just look at your caliber, look for your caliber and get someone from there, because I don't understand.
See, this is the kind of woman, let me also assume for him, since he's an assumption, this is the kind of woman that this man wants. He wants a woman that, one, needs her needs taken care of, that he can provide. And two, he wants a woman that will see him as
my Lord,
as the Lord. Where he can also control and tell him, sit here, don't go here, come here, do this, do that, wear this, don't wear this.
I can imagine how the lady felt. Sorry, I can imagine how the lady felt when he ended the relationship, and she asked like, "On what basis are we
And he
ending
said,
this?"
"You are
And
too
he said,
independent."
"You are too independent." What does being too independent mean?
For me, I think the lady has been blessed.
It's a blessing.
For
It's a
me,
blessing.
I feel it's a blessing to the lady.
No, because nobody
And
deserves
I
that.
think that if all ladies have their can be independent and be complete on their own, it sometimes helps them to get the right person in their lives. Because this guy obviously is looking for somebody to control. He's looking for somebody where he can hold a remote to. And knowing that he cannot buy something for, or he cannot use his money to exchange that control, he's insecure about it. Now he has assumed this lady does not respect. For all you know, this lady is a prayer warrior going to church every day praying.
For all you know, she might not even be someone who is very much.
She's humbled.
She can be humble, exactly, because with the way he wrote it, it's very obvious that he believes. He says she won't this, she won't that. So it means that probably he knew that he's just assuming that this thing will not happen, not like it is even happening at the moment. That's why I really don't have much to say about this thing, because it's.
I mean, it's a sad story. At the end of the day,
sad.
it's like it's a sad story that
really sad.
you see, and the funny thing is, he has sometimes this man would like. I feel like if personally, I always sometimes want an independent woman. A woman that does not need me to do does not need me to do everything. Because if you are supposed to always do everything for the woman, at the end of the day, she becomes a liability to you.
I hope all men understand this.
In coming for this show, I was saying this to myself that I would say, and thank God we are here. This is what I want to say. When you are going into a relationship, you yourself must be complete. If you go into the relationship with deficiency, looking for somebody to fill that hole for you, you become a liability. You are not an asset.
Interesting.
It is because people are so dependent on others for their happiness, for their comfort, for their security, for their love, for their joy. That is why when the relationship doesn't hurt, they are so pained that they carry it to the next relationship. Because that hole becomes deeper and deeper.
Well, she dodged a bullet. And I hope that the guy at the end of the day finds someone. I don't know. I don't pray. I don't pray he finds someone, because I wish all women too should have something they can hold on to, so no one is able to control them or just toss them around.
The life for the woman that ends up there.
To the last one that we'll be treating today, it is from To My Sister's podcast. I got this. I love them a lot. And it says, I'm 25 and I live in Los Angeles. My guy friend, who is in his late 30s, has been my friend for almost 5 years. He's more like a brother to me and has helped me out a lot while living in Los Angeles on my own. He's one of the most respectful men I've met, and I've often used him as an example of a great guy. He's been dating this girlfriend for about 2 years, and I've grown extremely close to her. She's a few years younger than me and into fashion like I am, so she's become like a sister to me too. I've always loved hanging out with them until recently. I've begun to notice some abusive behavior from my guy friend this year. He'll talk down to her, restrict what she wears, and I've noticed she's lost a bit of weight. She's vented to me and she says she has to listen to him because he's older and has been in the relationship longer than her. But I told her that's not right. If she ever feels uncomfortable, she doesn't have to do anything. And I suggested that they should maybe take a break. I want to have a comfort about my guy friend's behavior with him, but I don't know how. I don't want him to get mad at her for telling me intimate details of their relationship. I also don't know if it is my place to talk about their relationship. Should I just continue encouraging her to step away and remind her of her worth because he's treated me better as a friend than he does her as a boyfriend? Wow. Or should I just let these two adults have a toxic relationship and I take a step back from hanging out with them until it is resolved? I'm super confused and really hate to see my guy friend acting like the man he's told me to walk away from.
The last part is what I'm going to dwell on.
Is that like a summary of everything?
The last part is actually the answer to the...
Yeah, it's a summary of everything.
It is none of her business what is happening in their relationship.
So she should drink water and mind her business.
Yes, drink water and sleep. Number
Watch a
two.
movie, maybe.
Number two, he has shown her the kind of guys not to go for, and he's acting like that kind of a guy. So that lady that is in that soup must walk away. Obviously, all that he's doing is because he wants that lady to leave. But because he does not want to say it,
Directly.
so that it will look like when tomorrow, if they are called, it will be, you are the one who said you don't want me anymore. He wants the lady to leave so that tomorrow he can say that you left on your own. I've seen it happen a whole lot of time. I'm young, but the kind of things I've seen with regards to relationship.
Experiences.
Like a guy who does not pick his girls, he won't pick the lady he's dating's call. He won't reply her messages, posting other ladies on social media, talking to her anyhow.
It's the God for me.
talking to her anyhow, not just as in private, but also in public.
So sad.
I mean, number one, there's no respect for you. Number two, there's no regard for you. Number three, for me, even when I send a message and you blue tick me, and after a day you don't respond, I mean, for me to text you again, it's like a crime for me. Though it might be something else, but for me, that's how I feel. So imagine the person who says that you are the love of my life, the only apple in my eyes, the only spaghetti in my box and everything, and at the end of the day, he's treating you like how he would treat his enemy. It's toxic. It will affect her. So the only thing she can do is do what I call the Joseph run. Run for your life.
I should not say that he's been pretending, because the girl he has as a friend enjoys him even better.
How is that possible? How can my friend enjoy me as a romantic or as a good person?
As a good person, but the
more
person
than
you're
the person that I am
involved
actually
with.
looking to spend the rest of my life with. It does not make sense.
It's terrible. It's terrible. In my own opinion, I think she should just take a bow and leave, because anyone who is talking you down, it's not worth it.
If she really wants to help them, she can go ahead and talk to the guy, because since they are that close.
But she has a feeling that the guy will bounce back on the girlfriend, saying that she's discussing intimate things.
In her statement, she said she has noticed and she has seen it.
Oh.
Which means that she has evidence. Some things that she has seen with her own eyes.
That's true.
Now, there is a way to go about a conversation that is smart. For instance, you saw that she has lost weight. You saw that she's not happy. You can it's like why is your girl doing weight loss? Is she on diet? Is she on diet? Is it that you guys are trying to have that? These days she looks sad. Why? What's happening? Like you try to find out, and once he gives an answer to it, and the answer is positive, you have the go ahead. You can say, yourself, I've noticed. So I have a friend. He like it happened. He was not treating his girl well. And I knew the girl and I knew my friend. In his presence, I told him, I said, guy, what you are doing to this girl is not cool. I tried it. I said, it's not cool. If you don't want her again, please, she's a good girl. She's a good woman. Let her go and find the one for her. And I told the girl, you too, stop staying in some... I said, he's my best friend. He's like my brother, but I cannot vouch for him when he's doing wrong. My Christianity and my faith does not allow me to do that. Guess what? She's married today.
To the guy?
To a different person. Okay. The next person she met was the husband. Wow. The person, after seeing the girl's character for a month, immediately wanted to see family. She's married with kids.
Wow.
Where's my guy? He's still single and broke.
He's still finding the bone of his...
You see, this is what I think. I just saw a post today which says that a woman is the man's blessing. Sometimes the man's riches lies in the woman that he's going to be with. Because she can say one sentence, and that is the key to your prosperity.
That's true. I just really hope that everyone finds balance in every kind of relationship they find themselves, be it romantic, friendship, or any sort, family, sibling, in any sort of relationship we find ourselves. I hope, peace, and balance in everything. It's been a wonderful ride all along in these stories back to back. It's been amazing and so good to have you here. The way you're breaking it down makes it very interesting. See, I can listen to you speaking about these things like for a long time. If not for our time, I would have said let us just continue, but it's been amazing. You've heard every of the things that we've brought out today, dear viewers, and we would really love to hear your opinion about all of these experiences. If you've had anything that is related and you don't mind sharing, we would love to hear from you as well. Thank you very much for always joining us and supporting us with your likes, your comments, and we don't mind more subscriptions from your friends and families. Thank you very much, and thank you for also joining me today on the show. And I would like you to reintroduce yourself again.
My name is Dixon Nana Atokwame Nanyako. Thank you for having me here. It was really, really, really great.
It's not a scarce face on Youth Arise chat line anyway, especially those that joined our Instagram live. Is the anchor for the Instagram live. And if you've not watched, is it recorded?
Yes, it's recorded. It's still on our Instagram
page. It's still on our Instagram page. If you've not watched any of our Instagram live, I think you should. It's very, very advisable that you should. It's been amazing. And if you've not watched any of our Youth Arise chat line show, please, you need to watch them back to back. Information, important things that you can learn, and you'll come back to thank us. Yes. My name remains Opayemi Oyebode. Thank you for joining us again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.